A Goose Point Oyster Farms crew was out on Willapa Bay in their small boat, returning from a hard shift of work. It was cold and windy, and they were anxious to get home, when Francisco spots something shiny out of the corner of his eye. It was an unnatural glint on the water. He decided to turn the skiff and go have a look. As they got closer, they recognized that the shine came from the bottom of a capsized boat.
And then as soon as I get closer, I find out, it was the keel boat. So I go like, oh, hell no, something happened in here. I saw another boat, crab boats. They was fishing, but I see them kind of like nothing is happening. So I go around, and then we started looking around, to see that we don't have survivals. And then I saw two persons on the bank, on the sand bank, and they was standing. One person was holding the other person, which one was making signals with the left hand like that. She let go of the other person, and he fell. They had to swim, but they was wearing life jacket. That helps a lot. We started, trying to help. I tried to pick up the man, but I got a back problem, and he was really heavy. He was bigger than myself, I think. That's what I remember. And so I started calling, my crew to come and help me. And Sergio, which it was really nice for him. He take his sweatshirt off and put it on the lady. Have the lady to use the sweatshirt because it was really wet. It was all wet. I have the man to wear my rain jacket, which is long one, because I saw how they were shaking him. He was already, purple. We started moving them, and the first thing I decided to call 911, for help, because we don't have the whole, we don't have blankets and all that to cover them, because we know how they were shaking. And so I decided to call them and then head to Tokeland, because it was the closer place to have more help. And then I got a phone call back from the ambulance, because they want to know where we was. They show up like, I don't know, maybe like 30 or 40 minutes later. But I don't know, they lucky to get out from that current plus the wind, because it was really windy and really cold. It was north wind. That after that accident, I pay more attention on every boat too, because things just happen. I work for Canary since 1994, yeah, and I never saved no one, on the bay. This was the first experience, yeah. I don't know, you feel nervous when you got an accident like that, because you never think you're gonna save someone. I have a phone call from the sheriff. The sheriff liked to know the story too about what happened there. And I told him, I give that story to the whoever answered the 911 phone call, and I give it to the Coast Guard too, and then the hospital called me too, and I give the same story. A couple of days later, I have a phone call from the newspaper. They like to know the same story. So I gave the same story to him, and I asked him, what happened with them? Are they okay? He goes like, the last thing I know is the men have to go on a helicopter to the hospital. So these two persons, they was really lucky to have ourselves that day in there.